Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We'll jump on the phones in the final hour of the Matt Murphy Show this Monday edition, November 17. Turkey Day right around the corner. Gobble, gobble. By the way, speaking of that, this Thursday, I am out Friday. I am on a real estate. We are hunting some real estate. We're doing some property investment research, and we've got a financial symposium that we have to go to. That would be my man Jay St. Clair and myself. Financial symposium and real estate seminar happening this Friday and Saturday, and so I will not be here on Friday. That said, next week, obviously, Thursday is Thanksgiving, and we are given Friday as a company holiday, and so we will take it. And so we will be out Thursday and Friday. However, this coming Thursday at this time, 6 o'clock, a very special guest, Holly from Savory Spice, is going to stop by, and she's going to give us all of the Thanksgiving tips that you need. So if you've got any questions about how to cook what, she's going to be here for you. That's Holly with Savory Spice. Will be in studio with us. She's very nervous about it. She doesn't like the idea of being on camera, but we saw her over the weekend and very excited. Yes, Jackson.
If you hit a turkey with a brick, is it still good to eat?
Well, that is a question that you perhaps can ask Miss Holly coming up this Thursday at 6 p.m. on the Matt Murphy Radio Show on Super Talk. I've hit a turkey with my car. A lot of damage. Not my car, Erica's car. And we were dating. We weren't even engaged at that point, I don't think. Just busted. I remember, Ken, the last thing I said, there were three. I was traveling down the interstate, and I was late. I was trying to get to Atlanta. I was in E's car.
Yep.
She had a little Ford Escort at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I'm behind this truck, and we're both going about 85 miles an hour. And I see the turkey. You know how you can see them. They're off on the side of the road in the distance, and I see them. There's like 3 or 4 of them.
Right.
And as the truck blew by those turkeys, it kind of it flustered them, and they flew. And tame, domesticated turkeys can't fly at all.
No.
Wild turkeys can fly short distances.
Yes, they can.
And so the 2 of them, I saw 2 of them go up, and they went to the right, which would be into the woods. The third one went up and went to the left, which would be right across the roadway. And he was trying to get elevation, baby. And the last thing I said before he smacked into that windshield was, "Get up!" Bam! Scared holy hell out of me.
Yeah, did it come through the windshield?
No, it didn't. It cracked up. It bent up the hood and cracked the windshield and just went floop and flew over and hit the car behind me. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
That's what you call a drive turkey.
As opposed to a
Jive
turkey. I see what you did there.
What do you think about that, Brother Murphy?
I see what you did there, you jive turkeys. That's very exciting. That's not real.
What's that?
Jackson, that's not real online too, is it? I'm in trouble. I think I'm in trouble, Ken.
Who is it?
It's apparently Trace Atkins.
Well,
online
let's
too.
hope you're not in trouble.
I don't think I'm in trouble. I saw Trace at the Titans game yesterday, and what an incredible halftime. And I don't know how the man keeps it together, because what an emotional halftime show where he's talking about. He had a World War II veteran. World War II, Ken, that was 101 years old.
Yes, sir.
Standing with him at the center of Nissan Stadium, right there on the Titans logo. Was that Trace Atkins?
That is awesome.
Yes, and I'm working on setting something up for maybe him to come in studio.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome.
That is, I love the man, love him to death. And let me tell you something. We had our good friends Tim and Felicia Melton. And Felicia's a young whippersnapper. She's pregnant with their second baby.
All right.
And they were with us in the the radio network area where we were sitting. And she is a huge Trace Atkins fan.
Yeah.
And she was like salivating. She saw him go, "Oh, there he is. Y'all be quiet." We had to be quiet.
You had to be quiet.
When he's walking out on the field.
Atkins.
Y'all be quiet. Trace Atkins is passing. So that's exciting. Well, I hope, Trace, we can set all that up.
By the way, they had that all over the national news tonight.
Oh, the
Trace Atkins doing that with the
good.
veterans.
Yeah, man, that was so good. And they reunited a veteran. What they did. Hold on, before I get to Deacon, I'll tell you, Ken. They said it was a family who they haven't seen their father. He was in, I think, Afghanistan. I might have that right. No, not Afghanistan. Maybe it's Kuwait. I don't know where it was.
Somewhere.
It was somewhere in the Middle East, and I'm sorry that I don't know. It wasn't Afghanistan, obviously, because we're not over there anymore. But maybe it's Kuwait. One way or the other, they said, they said this is the family, and he's been gone for this amount of time, and he's set to be back 6 months from now. If y'all, they do the head fake, man, real good. They said, turn your attention to the video board, and it was a message. And he goes, hey, guys, wish I could be there. Love y'all. Miss y'all so much. But, we'll be together soon. I won't be there for the holidays, but, the new year. And as they're watching him on the screen, he's walking out onto the field, buddy.
Yeah.
And the reunification, those two children, they just run to him and just jump in daddy's arms. Oh.
Yeah. It'll get you.
I mean, gets dusty real quick,
yes,
if you know what I'm saying. Dusty real quick. Deacon is next. Hey, Deacon, thank you for your patience. How are you? Hello, Deacon. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, hey, it's actually Higgins, man. I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Well, we only, in Jackson's defense, he got one letter out of the 6 right. So
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. I give him an A for effort, okay?
I'd give him like a Q for effort.
Well, listen, I honestly, I haven't been listening lately. I used to listen to y'all all the time, and I found out recently that there's a trend in the, elected officials in downtown Nashville. And I actually contacted this Olivia person. He calls himself a woman's name, but he's a dude, and he talks to children right around Nashville. So I just didn't know if y'all knew anything about it. I reached out to him.
You're talking about Olivia Hill?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even live in Davidson County, but I wanted to bring, this to someone's attention because I don't think it's right for him to be reading to kids.
Is he reading to kids? I don't know.
Yeah, I reached out to him and I told him, hey man, God doesn't make mistakes. I hope you turn to God, and I'll be praying for you. But I need you to understand it's not right for you, because I asked him. I just came out and asked him. I said, do you happen to go around to schools and talk to children? And he said, yeah. And so I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention because I'm just one guy. I'm a father. And I just want us to try to start standing up for our kids. And I just don't think that's right. And so I wanted to bring it to your attention. Again, I don't know if y'all talked about it or anything like that, but.
Well, I would suggest, I think it's up to the individual. Here's my take on it, Deacon, and you might not like it. I said Deacon again, Higgins. You might not like it. But this is just my take on it. That we believe, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to let you listen, and if you want to call back and respond to me, that's fine. But I don't want you to have to hold through this diatribe because this is going to take a minute. If you believe in America the way that I believe in America, then you believe and understand that America is so strong in its concepts of individual liberty and your ability to chart your own course and your freedom and your independence to live a life of your choosing. We believe in liberty so much. We believe in freedom so much that I believe that you are allowed in America to do things that I might detest, that I might abhor, so long as you are not violating the rights of others, so long as you are not taking away my rights to live a life of my own choosing. We live in a country that values freedom to the point that we do not require you to believe in a higher power, even as I call on a higher power and I pray to a higher power to help you see the light. We believe in freedom so much that we allow people to live in our country, that grow up in our country, to hate it. It's hard, but we do. And I love freedom and I love liberty so much that I agree with that. So I disagree with any sort of drag shows. I disagree with any sort of drag queen shows being presented to anyone underage. I do not believe that those children should be exposed to that. And I think much like, allowing children to be exposed to alcohol or whatnot, that's a different matter. However, if we are to say, and, it's easy to say, well, we shouldn't let these, I don't know what the nature of the reading you're talking about. If this is, I know that Olivia Hill is a member, I guess Olivia Hill is a member of the Metro Nashville city council, I guess. I think that's right. So Courtney tells me that the Metro Nashville public school system allows that sort of thing to go on. I would not allow it in the public school system. But I would also recommend to you that we be careful about what we suggest grown people are allowed to do and not allowed to do in society. I'm not condoning it. And because it's legal doesn't mean that I think it's right. I don't believe that God makes mistakes. Well, here's the thing. What they are telling me, what legitimately gender dysphoria, because there's way too much of this garbage that's going on that isn't gender dysphoria. But what people who claim that they're truly gender dysphoria, I think Bruce Jenner, right? What Bruce Jenner told me was that a mistake was made. Now, you can say, well, God made a mistake, but a mistake was made. That a condition of his birth was a mistake. And when I've talked to people who call themselves transgender like this, they get mad. They're, oh, mistake. And I was like, well, that's you telling me that. That's not me telling anyone else that. That's you telling me that. You're claiming that you should have been born a boy and you were born a girl, or you should have been born a girl and you were born a boy. That you had the wrong parts. You had a girl's brain and a boy's body, or a boy's brain and a girl's body. That's what you say. So you're telling me a mistake was made. Well, it's not up to me to correct the mistake or to accept that a mistake was made at all. That's your life of your choosing, and you're welcome to do it. But don't expect that the totality of society is going to alter itself based on what you're telling me is a mistake. Now, once again, I'm not trying to be hard-ass about this. If you're genuinely gender dysphoric, you're telling me an error was made in your creation. Am I wrong about and how I'm describing this? And you say that the entirety of society should change the way that we live because of what you self-admittedly call a mistake. That's not the way we should operate. At the same time, it is unfair as, and I don't tell parents how to do their business, but I will say this. If we believe that everyone has a right to live a life of their own choosing, and some dude wants to dress up like a woman and walk around Walmart like a woman, that should not be illegal. You start making weirdos illegal, well, there's going to be a lot of crowded jails, right? Now, the whole concept of allowing in the public school system these people to read to children or whatever, that's a different deal entirely. And I would agree with Higgins that I don't know that I agree that we should be entering those types of discussions. You're inviting discussions that I don't want my child to have when my child's 8 years old. And parents should have a say in all of that. But I would also say that at some point your kid's going to figure out that there are people out in the world that are gender dysphoric, that there are people that would say a mistake was made or an error was made. And they're going to be exposed to this at some point. And they can either be exposed to it on your terms or they can find out about it unawares. Higgins, I hope that made sense to you.
Are you mind if I respond real quick?
That's why I put you back on the radio, Higgins.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say yes. As far as anybody's concerned, I'm not saying that as a free country we have to start telling people what to do. But I thought it was interesting you said that as long as we're not violating someone else's freedoms, and that is where, a dude walking into a school talking to children, that's definitely a violation of those children. So I think that should be something that is discussed. I think that it is something as Americans, at least myself, God-fearing American, that, I want to make sure that all schools, not just where I live, but all schools in my state, adhere to, if we say we are a God-fearing country, then we might, if we say that God makes mistakes, then that just basically, takes away all credibility to the Christian faith. So I think that if we, start saying that, then, that just opens up a can of everything else. But when it comes down to it, I don't care what somebody else does in their own home. I just think that it is inappropriate and quite disgusting that you would let someone like that, not you personally, but that they would let someone like that talk to children. And I think that
under what context is this person talking to the kids?
Well, I didn't, he hung up on me. He didn't really, say much after that. I think he was trying to boast about it. I said, I'm going to try to, make my voice known about it. And, that's all you need to know. I'll be praying for you. And that's all I said. I didn't threaten or anything like that, but I wanted to make sure that I brought my voice up on the radio is the only way I really knew how. I tried to call the Republican Party of Tennessee, the Parents' Rights of Tennessee. I haven't been able to get in touch with anybody yet. And so, like I said, I'm trying, but, whenever you had talked about something earlier made me think about it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to call just to put it out there, and maybe this is the start of something we can do to help the kids in Metro. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I disagree. Introducing those things within the public school arena is just for the sake of introducing those things is ridiculous. I think it's a little bit different if this person is a public official, only in as much as in their – I mean, they've been elected as a public official, so in their capacity as a public official, like if you take a school trip to see the city council or something, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit different. I mean, that's just a child being – I mean, that's just going to be a child being exposed to things in the world that we as Christian people are going to disagree with,
yeah, of course.
But I would agree. But I would agree with you that it's just you're rolling down a bad road when you try to introduce these concepts in arenas where the children are just too young and that the parents don't want them to be exposed to it. Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely, man. But I'm gonna let y'all alone, man. I hope y'all have a blessed day.
Hey, look, Higgins, thank you. I appreciate you letting me get past the lengthy explanation there. 25 after the hour on Super Talk. Hello. I'm an idiot. I got a little snacky. I don't normally eat while I'm doing the show. Jackson can vouch for that. But I was feeling a little low blood sugar, and so I got a little bar. Took a big old bite of it right before we came back on the air.
Did you put a little bit of that sparkly syrup on it?
I did not. I wanted to, boy. Howdy. How you doing, Jackson? Feel free to be lengthy in your answer.
I'm doing good, just hanging out. Monday, great day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, finish your food.
I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Hey, did you think to put the Matt Murphy movie review mayhem deal on the hotkey? Or did you forget to do that? Or I don't think I ever asked you to do that. We need to do that because we need to do the Matt Murphy movie review.
What's the song called again?
It's called Hooray for Hollywood. Hooray for the CMA Awards are coming to Nashville, Tennessee. Is everybody excited about that? Road closures start today, I believe, and extend throughout the course of the week. I haven't gotten to so much. I haven't gotten to the Stossel Report. Life in America is better than we've ever had it. We talked briefly about Christmas decorations. Yuck. Don't do Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving. Thank you. And I said, I am of the opinion that all things considered, we have it better now in the United States of America than we've ever had it. I don't think there's any question about it. I want to talk about the Epstein files for what it's worth. Donald Trump came out over the weekend and said, let's go. Let's release them. And I'm like, what is the holdup? And I can help you understand because several of my liberal friends, they like to play dumb. Well, he called it a hoax. What's to release if it's a hoax? The hoax is how the media has treated the story. The hoax is that they want it to be a Trump story and not an Epstein story, a Trump story and not a power story, a Trump story and not a billionaire, millionaire story, a Trump story and not a broad story about sexual trafficking, a Trump story first, foremost, and last. That is the hoax. The way that they're treating this story, the way that they're trying to pervert the story into a Trump-exclusive story is the hoax. That's what he's talking about, and it's not that hard to understand. Look. This is the new Russia for the mainstream media. This is the new Ukraine for the mainstream media. This is the new releases tax records for the mainstream media. This is the new lawfare, the lawsuit in New York. So Russia was going to ruin him, right? Remember that? Ukraine and that impeachment was going to ruin him. Remember that? Jan 6th was going to ruin him. Remember that? Releasing his tax returns was going to ruin him. Remember that? This lawsuit in New York City was going to ruin him. Remember that? The lawsuit in Georgia was going to ruin him. Remember that? The charges against him in Florida ruin him. Remember that? I could go on. How many times do they have to tell us that this is the one that's going to destroy the man before we realize that they don't have anything to destroy the man? As our friend Jay St. Clair likes to say on Fridays during Friday, he's 100% right. Donald Trump is the most investigated human being ever on planet Earth. And I defy you to tell me someone else that beats him. The most investigated human being on planet Earth is the President of the United States of America. And you cannot convince me that had there been anything within the Epstein files that would have damaged Donald Trump beyond repair or forced him to resign the presidency, they would have dumped it out so he would not have won the presidency. Donald Trump says, release it. It's a distraction. I'm tired of it being a distraction. Release all of it. I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's release it all. Let's make it happen. And I, for one, and I understand that reasonable people, reasonable talk show hosts can disagree on this point. I, for one, am not going to go, well, it's never going to happen, so screw it. Let's go. Let's make it happen. And let the chips fall where they may. Sadly, here's the reality. No one is ever going to be satisfied about the Epstein files. If we get everything the government currently has. And oh, by the way, what is stopping? Serious question, y'all. What's stopping the public victim, the victims that have come forward? I'm not talking about the victims that wish to remain anonymous. I'm talking about the victims that have come forward, that have stepped forward, that have shown their face, that say, I was a victim of Jeffrey Epstein. I experienced this. I know what happened. Why don't they name names? And before you say, well, Matt, they can't name names because obviously they would be sued, do you understand how much money we could raise in their defense? They would not be out a single dime. Do you understand that there are ways to name names without naming names? You know what I mean? Why are we waiting on the government? Why is Thomas Massey not naming names? Why is Marjorie Taylor Greene not naming names? If y'all know the names of these people, Massey says he knows 20 of them. Name them. Get them all out there. Let's go. I'll read them today. I'm not afraid of this. And if you were someone that was in the orbit of Jeffrey Epstein and you want to make sure that people understand that you were never on the island, you never did anything untoward, it is up to you to step forward and say, as Donald Trump has, I was associated with him, I knew him, I kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago, he was a weirdo. Move on. Bill Clinton went to the island. Bill Clinton got back rubs from Virginia Giuffre. Photographic evidence. It's up to Bill Clinton to exonerate himself. I'm not accusing him of anything. Someone else is. Other people are. Let's go. But the manner in which the mainstream media is treating this story, they want it to be a Trump-exclusive story. They don't want it to involve other politicians. They don't want it to involve particularly Democrats. And so you have what you have. I'm here for it. I'm ready for the openness and the sunshine and the light, which is a great disinfectant. I'm going to get to Ricky real quick, and then we'll do our movie review. Ricky is up next. Hey, Ricky.
Hey, how you doing?
Ricky, I ain't doing no more. I'm just kidding. I'm doing all right.
Good. The comment I heard
It
earlier
was just a joke.
really upset me when they said God made a mistake. God Almighty does not make mistakes. They can believe it's a free country, whatever they want to believe, and I will believe what I want to believe. And on the day of judgment, we'll stand up for what we believe.
Well, you know what? There are things that happen on planet Earth that I don't pretend to understand, Ricky. There are issues that happen on Earth that I don't pretend to understand why it's allowed to happen. But it's not for me to understand, is it?
No.
So, you know, I understand the belief, and I understand that we get confused. I also understand that there are some people that don't believe in God, and, you know, I'm sad for them, but it is what it is. I mean, so it's difficult for you. The point I'm making, Ricky, is it's difficult to make an argument to someone who doesn't believe in God that God doesn't make mistakes when they're telling you that they're gay or they're transgender, right? If they say that they're transgender and I say God doesn't make mistakes, and they say I don't believe in God. And I say, well, okay, well, I hope you find religion at some point down your life, you know?
I hear you.
You know, but Ricky, thank you for the call. I mean, I understand the faith-based argument behind that. I also understand there's a lot of things that happen on Earth that I don't understand or I have a difficult time with. There are people that go through, good people, faithful people that go through some of the most unimaginable emotional trauma and turmoil. And I admit that I sometimes struggle with all of that because I don't get it. But I'm not supposed to get it, nor are you. That's not for us to understand right now. I understand this. It's 48 after the hour, and it's a high time that Jackson Williams tells us exactly what he thought about the great Bull Durham. Let's do it. It is the Matt Murphy and Jackson Williams Madcap Mayhem movie review. This should be sponsored. Your sponsorship opportunity is right here. I could say sponsored by blah, 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 while the music's playing, but we don't have a sponsor for it yet, but maybe we'll get one at some point. I'll give you a little skin in that game if we do, Jackson. How about that? All right. So you want me to go first since I did two?
No, I'll go first because mine's going to be quick.
Okay.
So Bull Durham.
Jackson was given the movie Bull Durham.
1987 comedy film starring Kevin Costner and Tim Robbins. So I've been on a little bit of a Tim Robbins kick the last 2 weeks with Shawshank Redemption and Bull Durham.
Susan Sarandon in that film, too.
So here's my problem with the movie.
You have a problem with the movie?
No, it's not a problem with the movie. It's a problem with you and Ken. Because the best lines in the movie, you and Ken have quoted to me
100
over the
times.
last 3 months. And so I knew, I felt like it wasn't as funny to me. I was like, oh, that's the thing, Matt and Ken have said to me over the past couple of months. So I did not enjoy it as I feel like a normal viewer would as much.
That's fair.
So I give it 3 stars. It was a solid movie. But, yeah, the best jokes in the movie you and Ken have
Remind
quoted.
me of your starring system again. It's a 5-star system for you,
Yes,
Jackson?
except Shawshank Redemption got 11 out of 5.
Okay.
Because I thought that movie was good enough for 2 5-star reviews.
I feel like maybe the passage of time has hurt this film for you. I feel like maybe the pacing of the movie is a little bit different than what youngsters like Jackson Williams are
I'm
accustomed
fine
to.
with pacing. I just heard the jokes. I knew the punchline. Holding that ball like an egg.
Candlesticks are always nice. Maybe find out where they're registered. Get them a nice place setting. All right, let's go 2. It's good. That's good. I held it like an egg.
And he
he
scrambled
scrambled.
that.
All right, that's fair. It's your opinion, not Matt Murphy's opinion. I think it's a fine classic. So I watched A Complete Unknown, Bob Dylan biopic. I kind of knew the backstory of Bob Dylan. I knew, his transition from folk to a more mainstream artist. So I felt like I knew the story. It was an insane performance by Timothée Chalamet. I don't know if he won. Did he win the Oscar for that? I don't know if he won the Oscar for that or not. If he didn't, he should have.
Timothée Chalamet?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think he did.
He was nominated.
Yeah,
I
he
wanna
was
say.
nominated.
But
He had a great year last year. Did you ever see Dune 2?
I did not see Dune 1.
Ooh.
I have to draw a line somewhere.
Why? Those movies are good.
I tried to read that book when I was in high school, and I just
don't worry about the
couldn't
book. I haven't
do
read
it.
the book. I love the
Ugh.
movies.
And then I saw the original with Sting in it. I will kill him. I saw
This
that.
is much better done.
Okay. Well, I trust you, and maybe that's down the road. I watched that. It's fine. I'm going to give that 14 3/4 Murphys. So, and that is on the Murphy scale. If you don't know the Murphy scale, I don't know what to tell you. So then there's Jack and Jill, which was my punishment movie. I was supposed to watch A Complete Unknown last week. I did not watch A Complete Unknown last week. And as a punishment on the Matt Murphy Madcap Movie Mayhem movie review, you have to watch a sucky film. And the sucky film that was selected for me was Jack and Jill. It is an Adam Sandler movie. It is awful. I don't think it's the worst movie that I've ever seen, but I can't remember one that was worse. It was uncomfortable from the first moment of the film. It stars Adam Sandler as Jack and Adam Sandler as Jill. They are twins. They play it. He plays it completely straight, which makes it way worse. He plays a woman that eventually wants to find love because they believe that that's the way they get him away. Because Jack is frustrated with Jill because she's annoying, and she eventually goes out with Al Pacino, and he falls in love with her because I don't even want to describe the movie to you. It's so bad. It is it's not 100. It's 91 minutes of pure hell. It made me uncomfortable throughout the entire film. Not more so than the last portions of the film when I watched Al Pacino dancing around a Dunkin' Donuts commercial.
I have the Dunkin' Donuts commercial pulled up.
What do you got? Go, hit it. Give me 20 good seconds of the Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, stop for a second. Did you catching the movie references there? That's,
Say hello to my little friend.
That's Scarface. That's Attica, which is what was that? Serpico, or maybe it's Attica. And then there was Scent of a Woman was in there. Hoorah!
And it's, this might be the best part of the whole movie.
Might be the best part of the whole film. It's an awful movie. I would not wish it on your worst enemy. Do not watch it. It gets 1/2 Murphy because there's no 0 in the Murphy scale. So
No 0. Would you give it a 0 if you could?
I would if I could, but there's just no 0 in the Murphy scale. So you get 1/2 of a Murphy. 53 after the hour. That is the Madcap Murphy Mayhem movie review on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Tom Homan, protecting the United States of America, correcting the error of unchecked mass migration, said this weekend, we're just getting started. We're bringing 10,000 more agents on. If you think the numbers look good this year, wait till next year. You've not seen bleep yet. I absolutely love that energy. Jackson, I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
See you tomorrow, Brother Murphy.
Take care. Take care to all of you. If you're listening, wherever you might be listening, give your loved ones a hug for me. We'll see you then at 3 o'clock. So long, everybody.